Okay, the play. Well, it all started probably 3 weeks ago, and it started with one of my buddies actually gave me the idea, and I was planning on doing it on our 1 year, which would be 1 month from
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, and but we had the spring game coming up, and I was like, man, that would be super sweet if I could do it at halftime. So I started working on it, started working on the details. I had to actually jump through a lot of hoops, compliance, head coach, athletic director, a couple other people, and it wasn't cleared, the whole idea, until Tuesday of last week, which was 4 or 5 days, yeah, from before. And so I was kind of keeping it under wraps. I wasn't telling anybody, mainly because I wanted to keep it as big a surprise as possible, so she wouldn't find out. Plus, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, so I didn't want to get everyone's hopes up. And I told my parents. I asked her father for the blessing a couple weeks before, because I knew I was going to do it eventually. And then on Tuesday, I found out. Started telling people. They were supposed to keep it a secret. Word spread pretty quick. Most of the team knew it by the time I did it. But you never find out, did you?
I never found out.
Yeah, no, she never found out.
Not until he was down on one knee.
Not until I was down on the knee. She literally, so she got out there and was ready to kick the ball. And if I wouldn't have picked the ball up, she probably would have just kicked it right out of my hand.
Well, yeah, that's what they told
I know, that's what they told her we were gonna do. Yeah, we had a couple of our buddies in on it too, and their girlfriends actually helped put the whole thing together. One of my buddies, the old kicker, his girlfriend sat next to her at the spring game, and the whole idea of the halftime show was to have girlfriends of the punters and kickers kick at halftime. And they let her know at halftime that she was going to be kicking.
Not even. It was literally, I think there was
maybe halfway through halftime,
left
which was
of halftime.
Kind of a miscommunication.
It's okay, I wasn't paying attention anyways, so.
Yeah, the real action's during the game.
Exactly.
But yeah, there was a little bit of miscommunication. She was supposed to be on the field at the start of halftime, and one person I told to get them thought she was going to meet in a certain spot, and she was supposed to go get them from the stands. And so as halftime starts, I look up and she's still in the stands, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. So I started calling people. One of my buddies has his phone on the sideline. One of the past player, Sean, he came back and watched the spring game, had a phone on the sideline, calling people, trying to set things up. And so I was freaking out.
And I had no idea.
She had no idea. She was just innocently looking at the stands. And I'm like, if I run out there and she is not there, this would be really embarrassing. But obviously it worked out. They got her down there. Plenty of time. One of my coaches was holding the ring the whole time, so I didn't have to worry about that. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that running out there, punting it, falling out or something. That'd be a little awkward too. No, that was definitely the most nerve-wracking game I've ever been a part of, and it was a practice, really. So
it was pretty nerve-wracking for me.
It was pretty nerve-wracking too. No, she's wearing the ring now.
I slammed my finger in a door the other day.
She slammed her finger, so yeah, just cut that
cover
part
that
out. The ring's pretty cool. It's actually my grandmother's. She wore that almost every day of her life, so.
And now it's mine.
Now it's hers. It's pretty cool that I can give that to her. So
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just a big relief that it all worked out, and just the last couple of days have been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen the video, so. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was just watching the game. It was just a regular game. It was actually really nice because a lot of my extended family were able to come and a bunch of his family. We just figured we got lots of tickets because, you know, it's a spring game, so not everybody's wanting the tickets and wanting to come as much as they are like during the season. And so I was just sitting there with my fam, and then Liam's girlfriend came up to us and she was like, hey, like, you guys, we're gonna do this special during the halftime. We're gonna play this game where the kickers' girlfriends are gonna come out and they're gonna kick a field goal and do kind of a field goal kicking competition. And I was like, oh great, that sounds like super scary. Like, I probably wouldn't have gone down there if Natalie wasn't with me, which is Sean's girlfriend. And so yeah, we went down there and like my heart started beating really fast and I was nervous to kick the ball, not even knowing. I was like, great, what if I like trip and fall while I go to kick it? But obviously that didn't happen. We went down there and it honestly happened really quickly. We were only standing on the sidelines for not even a whole minute.
Yeah.
They were making up all these excuses saying, oh, we're going into the stands now to find other people to kick the ball too. And then they were saying, oh, we couldn't find anybody else. They said they couldn't find anybody else to kick a field goal. And so it was just going to be me and Natalie. And I was like, okay. And Natalie was like, Avery, you go first. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm going first. And I went out there and then was ready to kick the ball. And then I remember at that moment I saw the little box. I was like, oh no. Like, I'm not kicking this ball. And then after that, it was literally just craziness. Like, you could hear,
oh my
do you
gosh.
remember? You could hear the whole crowd, the whole stadium was just like,
I couldn't even hear you say yes.
I couldn't hear me say yes.
I think you just had to nod your head.
I did not.
I couldn't hear anything.
I was emotional. So.
We might have had a little moment. A little bit.
Yeah, well, I had to stand, like, if you watch the video, I take a few steps forward and just so I can hear him better because I couldn't hear. But then after that, I just had to like focus on him the whole time because I didn't want to lose him, and I knew everything was just super chaotic around us. And yeah, and then he asked me and I said yes.
Yes, you did. She did say yes.
And we hugged, and I'd never kissed him in his uniform before, and it was always something that was my, what would that be, like?
Fantasy,
it was my fantasy.
Kiss me in
I
my
always
uniform.
wanted that. I was like, literally, you've been playing this is like your junior year, and I still haven't kissed you in your uniform. And I kissed him in his uniform.
Cross that one off the bucket list.
And all the players came around.
No, they were great. They rushed us. I was not expecting that. Like I said, they knew. About half of them knew. And then, I mean, by the time I put her down, I hugged her and put her down. And then we couldn't move. Mm-hmm. They were just surrounding. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then right after it happened, I mean, obviously it was such an emotional moment in our lives. And right after all these cameras came up, we're asking questions, and it's like, oh, I'm trying to get like 3 words together when like on the inside I'm just like, oh my gosh, this really just happened, like, so happy.
Well, the craziest part was I still had another half to play.
I know.
I still went out there, held a couple more times. Luckily we didn't have to punt anymore, but I was just like, man, I just want to jump up in the stands and be with my fiance. I had to do interviews afterwards, and like I even told like the reporters, I was like, they were like, what's the next plan? I'm like, man, really? I just want to be out of this and with her. I didn't see her for maybe another 2 hours after the whole thing happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's bombarding us afterwards for pictures and everything, congratulating us. It seemed like literally everyone in Columbus like had seen it. Because on our way, we had to walk back to the Woody, which is like an hour and a half. If that, it probably took us an hour and a half. It wasn't an hour and a half walk, but like so many people were stopping us on the way, asking for pictures and everything. So it's pretty cool. She got a little limelight. I'm usually the one in the attention, but she got full on press conference right after it happened, which I was pretty cool. I was pretty cool. She killed it. Great job. Great job under the camera.
No, it's honestly been so great to see everybody's support too that we've had for this, because it is such a special, intimate thing for us to get engaged and everything, and to share like that part of our relationship with everyone. But it has been nothing but positive feedback and comments, and I don't know, really for me it just makes me reflect on like how lucky we really are, and like it makes me feel a lot of gratitude for this guy right here, and then for everybody else who's been supporting us. It just honestly could not be better. We're just really happy now, especially after all the craziness and emotions have kind of settled now.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't know, I'm just thankful.
We're blessed.
Yeah, blessed.
We're blessed.
Seriously.
Really. This is awesome. I'm here with my boo. My fiance.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.